doing that. This ain't that. Clay and McDaniels going out of here, and then all of a sudden Gobert comes in, and Draymond's like, no.
Yeah, it's
chill out.
And then Draymond, he headlocked Gobert there, so.
Draymond Green has been in the news again, and you can guess right, it is not for anything good. But anyway, his scuffle with Rudy Gobert during the Warriors versus Timberwolves game seemed to have now been the last straw in the forward's NBA career. So join me as I now walk you through how Draymond Green has just ended his career. The Rudy headlock. With Steph Curry already out being injured, the Golden State Warriors in-season tournament game against the Minnesota Timberwolves soon turned into a show of shame with scores still 0-0. With 10:17 remaining in the first quarter, Klay Thompson and Timberwolves forward Jaden McDaniels got involved in a fight after McDaniels grabbed Thompson by the jersey and threw him to the floor, ripping his jersey. Then, trying to de-escalate the situation, Rudy Gobert grabbed Klay from behind, but Draymond jumped into the drama to put Gobert into a chokehold that lasted for just a few seconds.
So we'll have to wait and see what materializes moving forward with this. I'm not quite sure this is just over with this ejection tonight.
Yeah, Draymond Green may face a suspension here as Rudy Gobert was trying to break it up, and Draymond Green did the chokehold there. Comes from over the top here. And look, it could be a reputation ejection. This is the second time Draymond Green has been ejected in the last 3 games. And once the league office gets to this, we may not see Draymond Green the rest of the homestand. It's very possible he gets suspended for this act right here.
Yeah, and Bonte, listen, you always want to protect your teammate.
Now, Klay, Draymond, and McDaniels were all ejected from the game, with Gobert facing no penalty because the officials deemed him to be the peacemaker. Surprisingly, not many people agreed with the decision, with the Warriors head coach Steve Kerr disagreeing with the referee's assessment of Gobert's role in the altercation, that Rudy had his hands on Klay's neck, necessitating Green's intervention.
There's no way Klay Thompson should have been thrown out of the game. I mean, he's running up the floor, and the guy grabs his jersey, and he's pulling on him, and so Klay pulls back, and no way Klay should have been ejected. That was ridiculous. So I was upset about that. And then the Draymond piece of it, if you watch the replay, Rudy had his hands on Klay's neck, and that's why Draymond went after Rudy.
But whatever the case, there is no denying that what Draymond did was dangerous. And the victim of the chokehold has so far not held back, even demanding that he get a lengthy suspension for such behavior. Rudy Gobert's response. According to Gobert, he was simply trying to break up the fight. However, he is certain that Draymond Green went into the game with the intention of being ejected since Steph Curry wasn't playing, saying, "I went to try to disconnect the situation between Jaden and Klay, and then I just felt someone grabbing me. My first thought was, I'm not going to fight. I need to be in this game to help my team win. So I showed the ref I had my hands up, and I just waited until the situation was over. Nothing more than that. It wasn't really enough of a choke for me to sleep. I just kept my hands up and waited until it was over." Gobert, however, did not hold back when talking about Draymond Green, going as far as to call his actions clown behavior. The center even claimed that before the game, he was telling himself that since Steph wasn't playing, Draymond would definitely look for an easy way out of the game, because every time Steph isn't playing, Draymond will do anything to get ejected. In any case, his decision not to fight back was because his team needed him, and he knew that despite Draymond's best effort to take him out, he knew he didn't have it in him. Nonetheless, the beef between Draymond and Gobert is not new, and honestly, it was certain along the way that they were going to get physical, so the chokehold wasn't totally unexpected. Draymond versus Gobert, previous history.
Who have you seen taking this the hardest when they have not made it?
One thing I can assure you, if I didn't make it this year, I wasn't going to cry. I can 100% assure you that. It has to be Rudy. I mean, the man cried on national television when he didn't make the All-Star team. Thank God he's made the next 3.
Stop it, Dre. Leave that man alone.
I mean, you can't cry, Chuck. I said it then. I'm going to say it now. I got killed on Twitter then. I'll probably get killed today.
No,
but you
right.
can't cry.
No, you're right.
Come on.
Right. Come on, man. The guy's sensitive. He's French. He's sensitive.
That's okay.
He's a lover. He's a lover, man.
We'll see a couple of those.
Come on, there's no mean streets in Paris.
We'll see a couple of those guys who are all-star reserve.
This is Draymond in 2022, making fun of Rudy Gobert for crying after his All-Star snub in 2019. Whatever the case, the fight between Draymond and Gobert was a long time coming. Their first known altercation occurred in 2017 when Gobert tweeted LMAO in response to a Bleacher Report post that asked which player was a better defender at the time, Green or Kawhi Leonard. However, things got personal in 2019 when Draymond took a direct shot at Gobert for crying when he tweeted, "I guess I should cry too. No Charlotte?" after he was snubbed for the All-Star selection. Now, Gobert, who did not respond directly, then liked the following tweet reply that mocked Draymond for calling Kevin Durant literally from the parking lot outside of the Cavaliers Stadium to ask him to sign with the Warriors immediately after the Golden State 2016 Finals defeat. However, things got a little bit more direct when the video of Draymond punching Jordan Poole surfaced online when he tweeted, "Insecurity is always loud." Now, he definitely did not mention any name, but the timing makes it so obvious that he was coming for Draymond. Anyway, 6 months later, Draymond got the last laugh after Gobert was caught on national television punching his teammate Kyle Anderson. And not one to miss the opportunity, Draymond Green immediately took to Twitter to tweet, "Insecurity is always loud." Now, Draymond even went onto his podcast to attack Rudy Gobert, saying Kyle Anderson called Gobert what many people, including himself, think he is when he called him a bitch. Nevertheless, you can see that this beef had been building up for over 5 years, and it was only a matter of time before it was going to get physical given how dirty a player Draymond Green is. Unsportsmanlike history. At 33 years old with 4 rings, 4-time All-Star, and 8-time All-Defensive selection, Draymond Green's dirty play precedes his skills as a forward. He has been in a brawl with just about anybody, and while he was shown to be able to stand up for his teammates, no matter what, he has also proven that he could fight and beat up his teammates. Back in 2018, in a game against the Clippers in the final seconds of regulation with the score tied, Draymond refused to pass the ball to Kevin Durant, the same person who finished the game with a 30-point triple-double. He eventually gave the ball away, and during the break, the teammates got into a yelling contest, with Draymond repeatedly calling KD a bitch. Anyway, he got suspended one game by the Warriors after the franchise said in a statement that his conduct was detrimental to the team. Then the infamous fight with Jordan Poole did not get him suspended, but he did get fined and was forced to sit out the first 4 preseason games. But away from his teammates, Draymond Green has even been in a fight with Donovan Mitchell. I mean, come on, who gets into a fight with Donovan Mitchell?
If you look at his history of him kicking people, of him stepping, literally hop-stepping on Sabonis last year in the postseason. Donovan Mitchell, I've never heard anyone say anything negative about Donovan Mitchell. How do you get into it with Donovan Mitchell?
You're talking about over the weekend.
I'm talking about Draymond Green, too.
It is reasonable to assume that the 33-year-old forward is a menace and that his past displays do not inspire confidence. In a career spanning 12 years, Draymond Green has been ejected 18 times. the most of any active player in the NBA. And shockingly, the Rudy Gobert brawl is just one of the many nasty fouls that have got him ejected. Just in the last playoff series in Game 2 of the Warriors' first-round playoff series against the Sacramento Kings, he was issued a flagrant foul too, an automatic ejection after stomping on Domantas Sabonis' chest.
Now watch the end of this play. As he goes down, watch him grab Draymond right there. Now that right there is where the foul came in. So he grabs Draymond's leg right there. Now Draymond steps on him.
And who could forget his infamous fight with Bradley Beal late in the first half back in 2017?
It goes right to Oubre, and finally he's human. And now we got a fight. We have a legitimate fight here. And this is spilled behind the basket standard.
Man, I don't see how this...
Steph and KD.
I didn't see any punches. I saw just a little tug of war, but
on the other side right there.
Let's watch if there's a low push, and let's watch if there's an elbow shot. No, not really.
No, he's got around the neck there.
I don't know.
Anyway, a reputation like that and his recent brawl with Rudy Gobert has earned him a lengthy ban, and even more than that, he is treading a thin line to ruining his career. Ban. It can get worse from here. After a careful review of the incident, the NBA suspended Draymond Green for 5 games for his actions, while they fined Klay Thompson, Rudy Gobert, and Jaden McDaniels $25,000 each. According to the NBA statement, Draymond Green forcibly grabbed Rudy Gobert around the neck in an unsportsmanlike and dangerous manner. And given Draymond's history of unsportsmanlike acts, the length of his suspension seems justified. Anyway, Draymond Green is set to lose $769,970 with the 5-game suspension, but even more than that, he is treading a thin line with the Warriors and the league. For years now, the Warriors have allowed Draymond to, well, be Draymond, the enforcer and the loudest voice on the team. However, his strings of violent acts are beginning to hurt the team more than before. Jordan Poole was bound to be the future of the Warriors, but Draymond's brawl saw him leave for the Wizards. The same can also be said for Kevin Durant. Now that aside, with Draymond being out, the Warriors will be forced to rely on players like Jonathan Kuminga and Dario Saric to fill in his role in the front court, and it won't be long before they find a lasting solution to the aging forward. But in any case, it appears Rudy Gobert has finally exposed him as someone who runs when Steph Curry isn't playing. In 652 career games with Curry in the Warriors lineup, Draymond has been ejected 11 times, which is the 1.6% of the time. However, in 115 games without Curry, Draymond has been ejected 7 times, which is 6.1% of the games. Now, he has been exposed as an aging all-star who can't play without having his star guard by himself, and not to mention, the league will now get more strict on any of these unsportsmanlike antics going forward, as he has shown that he does not care what anyone thinks, and that is not going to fly anymore in the NBA. Anyway, one user had this to say about his suspension. It's 5 games, but it should have been 8. About 1/10 of the season. Bro literally has a history in general, a specific history with Gobert, escalated the situation, choked and dragged a player across the court with his own coach begging him to stop. This was unacceptable. Another user commented, "The way nobody makes Draymond accountable for nothing is beyond me." But anyway, all of that is about to change, and it's going to be a hard adjustment for the power forward NBA career. So if you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is also worth your time.